Mm-hmm.
Okay, get a bunch of copies of the certified copy, and you can use those because the certified copies has the judge's wet ink signature on it. The one you get from the court does not have that, but it'll have the court. It'll have the judge's signature on it.
Gotcha. Because the other one, there was no signature; just said signed by.
Correct. That's correct. But if you order the certified, then take they're $5 a piece. Then take those to a place and get. On some of them, they have a red mark on them. Just get a color copy. They're 70 cents. Get you 15 or 20 of those and use those. Get you 5 or 6 copies, like Ed said, of originals, and then just get you some copies. Send the copy and do a cover letter if you want to. Put a cover letter with it saying, "Hey, you don't have jurisdiction. Release the lien. Send me my 668." A certificate of release of lien. See? In other words, if you don't ask them for it, they won't give it to you.
Well, I sent it and asked them, to the forms they had, and mentioned a lot of other reasons it was not valid.
I understand that. That's right. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question. Whose forms did you use?
I used the IRS form. And then I wrote a cover letter as well.
I understand. So you're going to use the IRS's forms. They're the ones that got you in this position.
Yes. Okay. You're right about that.
Okay. So if that's the case, why would you use their forms?
Good point. I didn't think of it in that fashion.
See, because. Okay, let me try to explain it to you this way. You're telling them, by using their forms, you're telling them, okay, I found out telling them doesn't work. You ask them. Okay? I have a blank. I have a certified copy from the tax court. Send me my certified release of lien. You're
not asking, you're telling him, right?
No, you're asking them.
Oh.
See? I'm going to tell you this, okay? You're a 79-year-old Chinese woman.
How did you know?
See, I've already made it. See, I'm telling you. You can't. See, but now if I say this, how old are you? If you don't mind me knowing.
Right, 68.
See, now you told me. See, now I've got something that I can argue. When you tell them, see, you're going to tell them you got to release this. Well, you don't have to tell them. You ask them. I'm sending you my certified release of lien. So go ahead and send me my certified release of lien for the years in question, or however. And and don't say to them, "You sons of bitches." You don't do that. What you do is you ask them. My mother, when we were kids, used to say, "You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar."
Right.
What we're doing is we're lashing out at them. We can't do that.
Well, since I've already done that and they've denied me the release of lien, they may think that I need to appeal that, but I don't. I don't think that's the way to go.
Okay. You know what I would do if I was you? I would do exactly what they said.
Appeal it?
No, yeah, do exactly what they said. They're your friends. They wouldn't lie to you, and they're going to have your best interest at heart. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
You don't know.
I don't care what they say.
I'm picking up a lot
That's
of calls.
not what you do. You do what you think. If it doesn't work, try something very similar. See what I'm saying?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You do.
Hold on a minute, Terry.
Okay, somebody.
Hold on a minute, Terry. Yeah. Everybody that's not going to talk, get star 6 and mute yourself.
And what he had was cirrhosis of the liver. Oh, man. And it took him all the way down.
There you go. What I'm trying to tell you is we have the kicking shoe on our foot. When you go hunting, the ducks don't fly to you. You go to them and you stalk them, and then you shoot the duck. Send your dog out in the water, and he gets it. That's what we have to do with them now. What is it they don't want you to do? That's what we should be doing, because they're not going to tell you what to do to get it done. See?
Right, they're telling me to appeal it, but that's not going to work. They'll just deny it.
There you go.
You know?
Oh, and not only are they going to tell you to appeal it, they're going to tell you to get an attorney, so that you fill out our forms right, so that our forms are filled out right.
Mm-hmm.
See? So what you do is, if you send it to them and they don't do anything, this is just a suggestion. Send it to the states. Send it to the United States Attorney General. Hey, I got a court order, and the IRS won't abide by it. See, this is a legal problem now. Let's get the legal. Let's get the law involved. Go to the states. Go to the United States Attorney General. See, go to that TIGA or whatever it's called. Hey, I got this court order. You guys got a lien on me. You got a court order. What's going on?
Right.
See, they're not going to tell you to do that. Go to the IRS agent. Let him tell you something stupid like, well, the court doesn't mean nothing to us. No problem. Now go file a lawsuit against him because he's in contempt of court. See, that's an argument you can win. What you have to do is get a argument you can win. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Well, the law, I know what the law says, and that should do it.
Then there you go. That should do it. And that's what you do. You apply that. But what I heard you say is, well, I'm going to get a form, and I tried some form. The form, do you know what the word form means?
Well, it means it doesn't mean anything, yeah.
Sure, it means a model or a skeleton to be used in a court of law. So you're giving them, and then on that, there's got something on there that's telling them, then you got to sign it under penalties of perjury. See?
Right.
So in my opinion, what seems to be working is, now when you go pull let's say you have 4 liens. One's from Ogden, one's from Austin, one's from Detroit, one's from New York. Which one of those are you going to send what are you going to send your letter to?
All of them.
There you go. See? There you go. That's right. Now, 3 of them might drop off. Well, you're in better shape than you were. Now
absolutely.
As you do that, you're going to understand what's going on. Okay, you're doing the same thing that you've been doing for the last 15 years, and you expect to get something different, some other change.
No, that's what, isn't that Einstein's statement?
Yes, that's right. But what I'm saying is, do you mind reading your court order?
I don't have it with me, but it has to do with they dismissed for lack of jurisdiction because there was no notice of deficiency, and they had searched their records, and there was no notice of determination either.
Okay.
So,
now, let me ask you a question. The lien or the levy that you have, where did it come from?
I believe it came out of Seattle, maybe?
I don't care where it came out. Okay, see, you said I don't care where it came out of. What is the reason they put it on you?
For allegedly not paying their taxes.
Well, okay, that's amazing. If you didn't know, how could they put it on you? That's what the notice of determination is. The determination tells them, okay. Now, see, there has to be an assessment of some kind, right?
In your opinion, is the determination the same as an assessment?
The determination, no, the assessment is already done. They do an SFR, a substitute for return. Well, they can't do that, but they're doing it.
I understand that, yeah.
Okay, then they're saying, okay, because we did an SFR, you owe $170,000. That's your determination. Then they're giving you a notice of lien. See, that's a counterfeit security. They can't do it that way. Okay, they can't do that. So so now follow what I'm saying here. So you're going to go get one of their forms. You're going to fill out their form, and you're going to sign it under penalties of perjury and mail it to them.
That's what I did. That doesn't work, obviously.
That's right. So you know what I would do? I would take your certified copy from the court. I would put a cover letter in there saying, "Hey, you don't have jurisdiction to put the lien or the levy," and then send it right to the IRS agent that put it down there in the office that has that lien. Now,
keep it that simple without going into the authority of lien and levy, which
the more simpler you make it, the better it is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's easy to get carried away and cite the statutes at large and all that. Back to the,
Hey, Greg. Greg, can I interrupt? Because I know your situation a little bit.
Oh, of course. Hi, TJ. Yeah.
Hey, and the question I also have is, if they're saying that you filed a return years ago, several returns, and that created the liability, then they're saying they don't need to assess you because you self-assessed. That's sort of I think that may be what Greg might be dealing with.
Okay, but here's my question to you, okay? And what was your name, if you don't mind me asking?
My name is Greg.
All right, Greg, here's what I'm going to ask. Are you married?
No.
Okay, can you prove you're married?
No.
Okay, can you prove you're not married?
No.
Yes, you can. See, you can prove you're not married because you're not. You can't prove you're married because you're not. So what they're doing is, they have to have.
Oh, I see.
See, in other words, they say you owe X. Where did X come from? It came from. Well, they just told you they didn't give you a determination. So how did you get X?
Right.
See? Okay. So you have to think. You now have the kicking shoe on your foot. How do you use it? Well, let's do this. Let's go. Let's be really nice and get one of their forms, and let's send it to Kroger's, and tell Kroger's that you don't owe the tax money. And
that's what it feels like. Yeah.
That's exactly right. See, that's what we're doing. Okay, if you want it released, then let me ask you this. In Texas, we have a lot of rattlesnakes. Now, have you ever had grilled rattlesnake?
No, it doesn't seem to be part of my palate.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what it tastes like, and then you tell me if it helps your palate. Now, it tastes like smoked bald eagle.
It doesn't help at all.
Why?
Because I don't know what smoked bald eagles taste like.
See, that's what you're doing. See what we're doing? Well, I don't eat rattlesnake. How do you know? Well, I don't like it. How do you know you don't like it? Have you ever eaten it? No. Okay. So you've never eaten it, never tried it, and you're telling me you don't like it.
Yeah.
See?
That's your point.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask somebody who has eaten it. Well, I've eaten it. Okay. What does it taste like? It tastes like bald eagle. We haven't had that either. So now what? See, I'm not going to say chicken because you've eaten chicken.
Right.
See? And so what we're doing is we're doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Find out who's got the lien, where it came from. What part of this country do you live in?
I live in Salt Lake.
Okay, you live in Salt Lake. And where's the lien from?
I believe that either the lien or the levy came out of Seattle.
See, so
or Ogden, one of the two.
Okay. See? Okay, I live in Texas, and mine came out of Ogden. You can't drive down there. You can't drive down there and argue with them. See? They're faceless, nameless. So what we have to do is we have to go to the source. See?
Okay.
I don't know if that made any sense for you or not.
Well, it helps. Yeah, go back to the actual, even the agent that created it, right?
Yes. Yes. Let me try to say this. You're from, you said out in Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm from Texas. What does y'all mean?
It means, well, it means the same here, I think. Just how are you? How are you doing? How are you? You or you all, or there's several of you.
You see, so is it plural or is it single?
Yeah.
See, you laugh, but you see, that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're suggesting then I get certified copies and send that to them and ask them where the release is?
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified when there's a new upload. Here's the front page of the channel. The bottom arrow is pointing at the subscribe button that's normally red until you click on it, and this one turns white after you subscribe. And the top arrow is pointing to the bell. Now, the bell doesn't show up until after you click the subscribe button, and then the bell will show up, and that way you can be notified of new uploads.
Say here. Yes, put a cover letter and say, "Dear whoever it is." See?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have jurisdiction to put on that lien. And the reason you didn't is you didn't do a notice of deficiency or a notice of determination.
Either one,
so,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right. See? So send me my certified release of lien.
Okay.
See?
Got it.
And send it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
how many times are you going to send it to them?
As many as I need to. Once it
There you go.
Fine.
Well, one should be enough, but if it's not, just send it the second time, the third time, the fourth time. Keep sending it,
mm-hmm.
see? Then what will happen is now you have an argument you can win.
Right.
See? Let me ask you a question one more time. Would you rather get into a ring and box someone like a Mike Tyson or someone else that's like,
someone
let's say he's someone that's in their 90s?
I'll take the 90s.
See?
Yeah.
Now you have a chance to win that one, and that's what we're trying to do.
Great. Well, it's very helpful. Thank you.
No problem.
Next
Thank
question.
you, TJ, as well.
Yes, no problem.
Do we have a question for someone else?
Jerry, could you review the process again just to give us an overall view?
What process?
In other words, the letter to the court and then receiving the response from them or non-response, and then would you recommend continue to send the letter until you get a response from the court that says they lack jurisdiction?
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're talking about the United States District Court, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What you do is, first of all, every single court in this country is a court of limited jurisdiction. Do you understand? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you start it. Dear Judge so-and-so, you're a court of limited jurisdiction. Does that limited jurisdiction include the Internal Revenue Service? I thank you in advance for your time, and send it off. Once they say no, see, if the CID comes after you, they're going to take you to the federal district court. See? So now you stop that argument. Once you get your court order, I would write a letter to the IRS saying, you don't have jurisdiction, so please send me my 2358C letter. I thank you in advance. 2358C says you're not legally required to file. These are all things that you can do in it before they're knocking at the door.
It's two different courts.
They're two different courts. Yes. Well, the 2358C, you're going to write it to the IRS. Send it to Ogden and send it to San Francisco. Or Fresno. Sorry, send it to Fresno. You can get the address on the internet, and then ask them for it. Just keep asking them until they give it to you. See? Then, you know, with that, you can do whatever you want to do. Then you can write a letter to your state, because it's coming time for you. You're going to have to start filling out a tax return for your state. Ask your state, how do I fill out my tax return? They'll tell you. You use your federal tax return. Now you have a letter saying you're not legally required to file it. Now what are they going to say?
Right.
See?
I have another question. Is that 2853C a form that they're going to send me and asking them to release the agent?
It's a letter. It's a letter.
Okay.
It's a letter, and it says, "Dear taxpayer, we agree with you. You are not required to file a tax return." And then they put.
So I would be requesting that as well, then, right? Yeah.
That's right. You just request it. Just say, "Hey, send me my copy," since you don't have jurisdiction. See, make a cover letter and send it with your certified copy of your tax return or your court order. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get things in advance. I find my mother used to say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You have 3 IRS agents banging on your door. It's kind of hard to get anything. See, while they're not knocking, send it off and get your stuff. Then when they show up, you hand it to them. See, or when you get if they arrest you and take you in front of the judge, then you hand it to him. See, now you have everything in your case. You're using the law. You're not using theories and arguments. You're using the law.
Gary, you referenced the sequence of letters. If you don't hear from them, should you continue to send a letter like every so many days?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. If you're not hungry in the morning, would you eat, or would you just wait until you were famished?
I would eat.
There you go. That's what I would do. I would send one to them I'd send it to them every 4 or 5 days. And then when they start, now they're going to say to you, well, we need more time. That's what they sent to me. It's a letter saying we need 45 more days. Then I double down on them. I send them 2 letters every day. Okay.
Got it.
Again.
Got it.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hello? I'm good. Yes. Yes. Thank you. She needs you to swipe your card at the front desk. Now, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, so now, here's my question to you. If you're unemployed and you're looking for a job, do you fill out the application and you don't hear from them? Do you just say, well, I guess it's not meant? Or would you fill out another application?
Yes, fill out another.
How many would you fill out?
Till I get a job.
There you go. That's what you're doing. Same thing. It's no difference.
Thank you.
Yes. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make it where it makes sense, but it's simple. It's easy. It's not that difficult. Because
so that leads.
Don't make it difficult. Go ahead. So that what?
I have another question. And you just brought up getting a job, and then once this is done, it's just how are you filling out any application with regard to that? They're going to ask you for tax forms.
That's fine. Let them ask you for anything they want. Do a W-4 and do it exempt.
Okay.
I'm married and got 99 children.
Mm-hmm.
See? Then when you go to get your 2358C letter, when you get a letter in the mail saying you didn't file your tax return, then you mail that back to them because you've already got it done.
Gotcha.
Thomas from Florida, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm in a USDC case. I need to know, Department of Justice refuses to acknowledge the U.S. tax court determination or actually order where I'm not liable. How do I make them understand?
Okay, you can't. See, you can't. That's not for you to do. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the DOJ.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Somebody else is on there.
Yeah,
and
you're going to go to the DOJ and you're going to tell them.
Okay, the DOJ is supposedly representing the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, but we know they don't have that. So then, I'm understanding then go direct to the DOJ, to the attorney who is representing.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. And then you know what else I would do? I would CC the United States Attorney General saying, hey, we got some lawbreakers here. I have a certified copy. I have a certified copy now.
Okay. I didn't do a certified copy just like the previous gentleman. My mistake, but, $5 copy is worth it.
That's what but then take that copy and go get copies and get you, they're only 70 cents a piece now, and use a copy of it. Now, say, here's a copy of my certified. That's fine because it has the judge's signature on it. The problem that we're having is the DOJ's never seen this argument before. Then go straight to the Attorney General. Dear Attorney General, hey, I've got a court order. Does the court matter? Does the court order matter? What's he going to say?
I did want to bring up something that the so-called judge in this USDC, and I'm in Florida, by the way, and this is Middle District of Florida. She's known as a hanging judge, and she refuses to really acknowledge anything that isn't in her purview. So the magistrate answered me off the record and said that they wouldn't recognize anything from U.S. tax court.
But they can't because you went to the state of Florida. The state has no jurisdiction in the federal.
Well, this was the U.S. District Court magistrate who is under the so-called judge.
Okay, then what you do is go back to the tax court.
And
tell the tax court I want a more definite statement.
I'm sorry, you were cutting out again. I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, go to the tax court again. Say I want a more definite statement. They'll write you back and say I can't do that because it's already done. Write them a letter. Put it in there. Ask them. Say, hey, here's what I got. Docket number so-and-so. This is what it says. I need a more definite statement. Watch what he says. He's going to write you back and say, I don't need to give you a more definite statement. It's final. My ruling is final.
I realize they're just playing a game. Magistrate, judge won't answer. Magistrate answers on behalf of the judge. Magistrate doesn't have, in their system, the same authority as their so-called judge and all that. So then my point is, to follow up what you said, go straight to the DOJ.
There you go. See?
Okay, gotcha. That's what I was thinking.
Right. See, here's what the problem is. Okay? I got this tree out my backyard, and I can't climb up it. I try every night. My neighbor comes over there and puts up a ladder. He climbs up the ladder, gets to where the branches are, and he can climb up it. So I'm going to stand there every day, watch him do that, take his ladder, and I'm going to try to climb it. The problem is we're so used to doing the same thing, it's not working. You have a court order. See? If it doesn't work on A, do B. If it doesn't work B, do C. See?
I hear you loud and clear, and I appreciate your help.
Yeah. See, what you have to do is They're going to say, well, we don't recognize it. Okay, that's fine. You don't recognize it. Go straight to the United States. Straight to the United States Attorney General. Hey, Attorney General, I have a court order, and the DOJ is not obeying it. It's not about taxes now. It's about contempt of court. He's in contempt of court.
Okay, so you would mention contempt of court that they're not obeying U.S. tax court.
Okay, you have a court order. You have a court order. They're ignoring it.
Well, that's the way I was going. I just wanted to hear it from somebody who knows more than what I've been through, and I appreciate it again. Thank you.
Yeah. See, what's happening is we have to bring them an argument we can win. Okay.
Yeah, but I can't remember what we thought.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for anybody supposedly to argue against a wet signature certified copy of a U.S. tax court order.
There it is.
I would hope so.
Okay. You see, if it's not, then you go somewhere that it has teeth. Take that person. What you do then is if the IRS agent says, well, we don't have to listen to it, then go back to the tax court, fill out the Form 2, and put what is your complaint? IRS agent so and so denies that the court order is valid, and then send it in. Let the court do it. We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Well, that's wise because everybody's playing a runaround game, including the IRS. And I did send the copy of the lack of jurisdiction to the IRS agent, who did sign the NFTL and also signed the levy against the bank account. And this has been going on since 2008.
Okay.
And
okay. How much money do you want? Tell me how much money you want.
Meaning what I want personally from what they stole?
I don't care how much they stole. How much money do you want?
I just want to be compensated for what they took.
Okay. Would $10 million be enough? Sue the bank for $10 million. And here's what you sue them for. You sue the bank for contempt of court. What are they going to pay? They didn't get it. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not about tax. Well, the IRS said, then subpoena them in. They won't show up.
Here's another complicated part of my scenario is that the bank used to be Wachovia, which is bought out by whoever it is, Western, whatever.
Good.
So they keep saying that they don't have liability because they're Wells Fargo, which is supposedly took over Wachovia, says they don't have liability. That's a Wachovia problem.
Okay, here's my question to you. What problem don't they have? What problem what problem do they not have?
They have a lot of problems in my book.
Okay, but see, it's the tax problem. They don't have a liability on the taxes. That's correct. Mm-hmm. What you do is you send them a notice. Get it set up. Send them a notice. The IRS does not have jurisdiction. You took my money. You can replace it now, or I'll see you in court. I'll see you in the United States District Court. That court has jurisdiction on the bank. And you're going to sue them for contempt of court.
Okay.
I don't care about taxes. It has nothing to do with taxes. It has to do with now you have a court order and they violated it.
Understood.
See, here's the problem we're having. Have you stopped poisoning your neighbor's dog?
I have to talk about that one.
See, the problem is that's the negative. How do you defend the negative? You don't. There ain't no negatives. Here's what I have. Here's what you did. That's wrong. See? If you have a court order and they don't abide by the court order, they're in contempt of court. Yeah, but you didn't pay your taxes. I don't care about that. The IRS said they didn't know it. I have a court order saying they didn't have jurisdiction, and you gave it to them. Well, that was the bank before us. Well, when you bought the bank, you bought their liability too.
Understood. I really appreciate your simplicity, and I was looking at monetary amount, and no, that really doesn't matter. It's the matter, as you keep saying, I've got a court order.
That's right. That's all that matters. See, here's the problem we have. It's not about you, okay?
Yeah.
Stop making it about you. It's not about you. It's about whatever. Don't make it about you. See, we go and then we say, well, I didn't owe the money. I did this. I did that. It don't matter. Here's what they did. I have a court order. They violated it. They're in contempt of court. They owe somebody something. And
put the blame where the blame is due.
There it is. That's exactly right. Think about this. Do you have any grandkids?
Yes.
Okay. Your grandchild is sitting in a basket in a Walmart. I walk in and it's fussing and screaming and hollering. I walk over there and knock your child out, your grandkid out. I just walk over there and just punch him out. What are you going to do about it?
Well, if I was still in Texas, I'd know what I'd do, but
see, here's what the problem is. Here's what I'm going to say. Well, I've got a court order that if I'm bugged and I don't like what they're doing, I can punch them out. That's fine. Now we're going to go to the court and say, I'm going to take you to. I'll take myself to court and find out what are you saying. In other words, let the court paper talk. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Stop talking so much. If you're going to talk, make the argument that good for them. I mean, good for you, not good for them. See?
Hey, Kerry, in the meantime, they don't have any authority to talk to us at all anyway, do they?
That's correct.
All right, I'm gonna cut out and let others get in there. I'm sorry for taking up so much time. Thank you, Thomas from Florida.
Thank you.
Hey, Kerry.
Yes.
You can tell them to email me, and I'll send them that. Great idea. Where it states that the tax court is final.
Yes. Anybody needs that.
Thank you.
Tax court.
My pleasure. Thank you. You take care. Bye-bye.
That the tax court's rulings are final and binding. Email Ed, and Ed will send it to you. And it'll give you the statutes. And it'll give you the statutes from the Internal Revenue Manual. And that might help you build your case. See? And stop saying things like, well, I don't owe. Well, that's not true. Here's what's true. I have a court order. That's all you have to worry about. For those that are standing up saying, I have a court order, let them tell you. Don't tell them anything. Ask. Has anybody ever heard of a woman being partially pregnant?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello. This is Christine from Texas. I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. The tax court and the tax court. My husband and I, we sent a letter for our son who turned 18 recently, and he has never had a job. He hasn't had one as yet. However, we did send him one, and we put the years 2017, 2018 on there. And I wanted to know about what happens in 2019. What happens in 2020? Can you put on that document, instead of going all the way backward, can't you also go forward as well? I guess that's my question.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
With the years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In June the 7th of 2018, what time is the sun going to come up?
June the 7th, 2018, what time will the sun come up?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. How many gallons of water will we have raining that day? How much rain will you get that day?
I don't know.
That's exactly what you're asking me. It don't matter. The next year, have him do it again. You can always do a revocation of election if you want to, and take yourself completely out of the tax system. That's your call.
Okay.
There's things you can do, but you have to understand what you're doing.
Right.
But if they don't have jurisdiction for 2017 and 2018, instead of you asking me, how did they get it for 2019?
Okay. Well, here's another question.
Sure.
What about, you were talking to another gentleman earlier about the W-4, and I know you're making a joke, being serious, but making a joke, but joking. So if he's filling out a W-4 and he says he has 99 children or something like that, but doesn't the W-4, well, maybe
it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you an option. You fill out a W-4 and I'll pay you $25 an hour. If you don't fill it out, I'm giving the job to somebody else. What are you going to do?
Right. Well, I would fill out in line number 7 and put the word exempt. Since
there
the W-4, right, it says that you could do that, so just write exempt.
There you go. There you go. See?
Yeah.
It also, that answers your question.
Right. So there's always a way out if you can.
That's correct.
Think of it right.
That's correct. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm just telling you. I hear this all the time. Well, I'm this or I'm that. It don't matter what you are. I'm going to indict. I'm going to indict you. What if my indictment says that you're a 47-year-old white man? Then you're going to come back and say, "Well, by God, I'm a living soul." So what? My indictment's wrong. Why? Because you ain't a 57-year-old man. That's why. See, it's not about you. It's about it's about them. If they can't do something and they're doing it, let the law step up and take their head off. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So in essence, what you're doing is I'll put it this way. Since the beast system is so strong, seemingly, what you do is allow the beast to attack itself. Because it seems as if the beast does not communicate. All the heads don't communicate with one another. And so you can use that to your advantage.
There you go.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Let me ask you a question, all right?
Okay.
I want you to think about this. Okay. Are you married?
Well, it depends on your definition of married.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't depend on my definition of married at all. Makes me no difference.
You mean it depends on my definition?
Okay. All right. On your definition, are you married?
Not if married means a man can be with a man.
You're making excuses. Okay, then let me ask you a different question. Are you a prostitute?
It depends on your definition of prostitute.
Well, it's a woman.
It's a woman. A prostitute can also be a man.
Well, there you go. So are you a man or a woman? See?
Well.
See?
Yes.
You're trying to make it about you. Stop that.
Right.
See?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
See?
So if I were to turn around and ask you the same question, are you a man? What would you say?
I'm a man. I am. I would say I am. Absolutely.
Hmm. And if I were to ask you, are you a male prostitute? What would you say?
I'd say I'm not a male.
Okay, because you're not an animal.
There you go.
Gotcha.
See?
Okay. All right.
So let me ask you a question. Do you know what GOLF is?
Do
Golf.
you want to know what it is? Yeah. I know what GOLF is. There are 4 letters.
Our blog is texasrepublic.wordpress.com. Our website is thetexasrepublic.com. Our email address is oneyellowroseenterprises@gmail.com. Our YouTube profile is, this is the link, because YouTube doesn't allow us to have a customized URL until we have over a certain number of subscribers. And follow us on Twitter at Texas Republic for You and at We Are Texians.
Tell me what it is.
It spells the word golf.
Okay. I asked you if you knew what it was. You said yes. So what is it?
It's a sport.
No, it's not. It's gentlemen only, ladies forbidden.
Okay.
Do ladies play golf?
Well, if you said the ladies are forbidden, I guess in your definition, they wouldn't play golf.
It's not my definition. Look it up on the internet. No, ladies can't play. They're forbidden. See?
Right.
Okay.
It's a game of words.
That's correct. That's correct. See?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the problem comes in.
It's hard to play the game when you don't know the definition. You
That's
understand?
your fault. That's your
fault. Right.
Okay?
I'll agree.
So, so when they ask you a question, just make sure you understand the words before you answer it.
Gotcha.
See?
So ask for the definition.
Duh. It seems to me like that's what I would do.
Right. Okay.
See, it's not about you. You understand that? Okay? It's not about what you are or how you've positioned yourself, whether you use a Social Security number or whether you use a ID badge. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the IRS has a procedure and they violate that procedure, then you take the law against them and the law will put them back in their place.
Okay.
Whether you're a living, breathing soul, or if you're sovereign, or if you're all uppercase or all lowercase, it doesn't matter. Because it's not about that. It's about whether they have, if they have violated the law, then you can move in on them and do what you have to do. I'm giving you some ideas.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to ask you another question. If you don't want to answer,
Sure.
that's fine. Okay, so could you take this concept of asking questions and writing letters to ask questions to the degree where you write your municipality, for instance, wherever it is that you live, your city, and you write and you ask them what jurisdiction. You ask them if they have personal jurisdiction or what gives them jurisdiction, I guess you could say, or no, because that makes it sound like they have it already. So I guess you would ask,
do you have jurisdiction?
Do you have jurisdiction? Right,
there
period.
You go.
Over.
Nope. It doesn't matter. Do you have it, yes or no?
But I was looking at the municipality in which we are domiciling, and it said, I was looking
Stop
at
right there. Okay, let me ask you a question. You said domiciling in. What does domiciling in mean?
Domiciling is different from residing in that domiciling, I'm actually a part, I guess I should say, I don't want to say I'm a part of, but I'll say I'm living there. I'm living.
So, okay, now let me ask you a question. When you get in your car and you go visit Grandma and you're in a different state, are you dead then or you live there?
No, then I'd be residing.
Nope. You're living. No matter what you do, you're alive. So no matter where you go, you're living.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Gotcha.
You're making it about you. You're telling them what you are. So you ask them, do you have jurisdiction? Yes, no.
Okay.
If they say yes, say, great, I'm glad. Where'd you get it? Let them tell you. See, now you're asking them. You're not telling them anything. You're asking them. See? Now let me ask you a question. I can't tell on the phone because I'm Old man, my hearing's not good. Are you a male or a female? I can't tell on the phone.
Well, I'm neither. I'm a woman.
You're neither. Mm-hmm. There you go. You see? There you go. See? Now, because you're a woman, that makes you a female. That's correct.
No.
See? Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so then you're a male.
No.
You have to be.
There's always the coin has 3 parts. It has the head, the tail, and it's got the part that it could just stand on. So there's 3 parts. There's always 3 choices. It's not just heads or tails.
Okay.
So I'm neither male nor female.
See, you got a problem. You got a problem. Because in the Bible it tells you you're a woman and you're a female. The Bible says that. Have you ever flipped a coin?
Scripture.
Have you ever flipped? It's Adam. Eve was pulled out of Adam's rib.
Rib.
Yeah,
but read it. It never says. It never calls her a female. Ever.
Well, there's a reason you're a female, though. What I'm trying to tell you is you said there's a third side of the coin. Have you ever flipped a coin and it landed on the top and stood up?
I've tried lots of times, but maybe I didn't do it enough. Because I'm sure it's happened.
Okay, see, that's the problem you're having. It's not about you. It doesn't matter whether it stands on the end or not. That's not the point. Here's the point. Does the IRS, does the municipal have jurisdiction to do what they're doing? I don't care what they're doing. Okay, that's all that matters. If they say no, it's over. If they say yes, where'd you get it? Once they tell you, then you can come in with all your fancy whatever you want to do. See, I'm a simple man. What I try to do is I see things, they're either black or white. They're either right or they're wrong. See? What's happening is we're trying to go in there and flip the coin and have it stand on its end, because that's the third side. There ain't no third. It's never going to happen unless you flip it.
I wouldn't say never. I wouldn't say never. I would say it would seldom happen.
Okay, so you fight your fight that seldom works. I'll fight the one that I've never lost. That's what I would do. But you do what you want to do.
Well, I do like this. I do like the fact that you teach us to ask questions, and you tell us to ask questions because in all the other, I guess you could say, classes, if you want to say that, they always teach you to always make statements of who you are, state this, state that. However, if you're asking, this is what I learned, that you are as king. And
there you go.
You are a king when you ask questions, but if you don't ask questions, then you are not a king. You need to be a king, right?
Yeah, I just ask because then when they answer, I can then make my determination on that. If I tell you, here's my question. In Texas, the Constitution says the supreme law of the land. Now, does Minnesota have land?
Of course.
Okay, so then Texas Constitution means Minnesota. See? It doesn't. It means Texas. That's why I ask. Well, the Constitution says the Constitution gives me jurisdiction. Man, I'm so glad you said that. What Constitution? What do you mean, which one? Yeah. There's 50 of them, plus the United States. So which Constitution gives you jurisdiction? Then shut your mouth and let him tell you. See? Well, see, once he tells you yes, then well, how'd you get it? Well, the Constitution. Oh, okay. What Constitution? Then when he tells you, now you can go in and find the law. Here's what he said, and this is what the law says. Now you can attack him with the law. I don't have to argue anything. I don't have to tell him. I don't have to try to tell him that, that I'm a three-legged, one-armed, crooked-eyed guy. Okay? I don't have to tell him anything. Okay?
Okay. Well, I don't want to take up your time. I give somebody else an opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Gary.
Yes?
Did I understand correctly when one sends one inquiry to the U.S. Court, District of Columbia, regarding the jurisdiction, do you change the judge that you originally sent it to the second or third, fourth, fifth time, whatever number of times you got to send it in?
No. Send it to the same one because they're all going to make you write them probably 10 times. So
okay, that's all I needed. I thought I understood you to say that you changed that, but that's good to know. I wasn't sure whether you did or didn't. Also, you mentioned a little while ago about the court of limited jurisdiction. Does that apply to the district court there in District of Columbia? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying it. Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, if you want to get a divorce and you go to the United States District Court and he gives your wife your retirement, the car, all the kids and the animals, your Social Security, what does she have?
Got everything.
Nope, she gets nothing because she didn't go to the state family court.
Because she went to the wrong court.
Okay, so every court on the planet has limited jurisdiction. See?
But you don't tell the district courts out of Columbia. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you tell them you're a court of limited jurisdiction.
That's what I thought I understood you to say, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to confirm that.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that limited jurisdiction include the Internal Revenue Service?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
See? You're asking.
All right.
You're asking. You're not telling them you don't have jurisdiction on that. I don't know if they do or not. See?
Okay.
If they write you back and say, yes, we do, then what are you going to tell them?
Where you get it from?
You're lying?
No. How'd you get it? What gives it to you?
Yeah, okay.
See? And they'll tell you.
Once they act on the petition, what do you get? Do you get a court order to appear? Is that what they give you, or what do they send you?
On what kind? Tell me what you're talking about.
Well, the petition that you send to the court, to the United States tax court.
They'll send you an order back that you haven't paid the $60. They'll first say that they received it, then you got to pay $60, and then they'll send it back to you and say they don't have jurisdiction because you never received a notice of determination or a notice of deficiency. See, that's part of their system.
Yeah, I knew they'd come up with something. I just wasn't sure what I'd receive, what I might receive.
See, now, when you send your court order off with a cover letter saying, send me my certified release of lien. If they say they're not going to do it, I would personally write a letter to the United States General Attorney General and say, hey, I got this court order, and Internal Revenue Service Billy Bob out of Austin, Texas, he's violating the court order. Now you got see, what's he going to come back to? Well, he can't. We don't have nothing to do with him. That's even better. See, but they don't have nothing. See, you're trying to build something, a wall that will keep them away. See, once you get all of these letters, if the IRS doesn't have if no court has jurisdiction on the IRS, then when you go to the court, you can tell them, I want my money back because they didn't have jurisdiction and they took it. I want it back. That's an argument you can win. See, that's a fight you can win.
Yeah.
Harry,
you don't get the court order automatically from a petition filing, do you?
Yep.
got to wait. You got to go through another bunch of hoops, do you not?
Not necessarily. Sometimes you might. You might. Then if you do, then you they'll tell you what to do next. Then you do it. Let me ask you a question. How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Okay. See. Okay. Do you have to start in the front leg, or can you start in the back leg, or can you start in the middle?
You start
wherever you can. I think.
That's all that matters. See, you're asking me that kind of a question. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. But you never told me where to start to bite it, so I'm going to just sit here until you tell me. You ain't doing nothing then. See, you won't get nothing. See, I don't know all the answers. I just know this. If you go to the tax court and they give you that the IRS does not have jurisdiction because is powerful. And there in the Internal Revenue Manual, there's a statute that says all tax court orders are final. If you want that, Ed's got that. Ed will send that to you. See?
Terry,
now that you have. Mm-hmm.
Be sure they understand. Do not pay that $60.
Right. Did you hear
that? I understand. I'm just trying to work around that. You know, once they send me the response to my petition, I'm not sure where I go from there. That's all I'm trying to confirm.
Then call Ed or call me and read it to me, and we'll tell you what to do next.
I'll do that. I'll certainly do that. And that covers what I need to my answers for this conversation. I'll let somebody else ask the question. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Carrie and Ed. Appreciate it very much.
No problem.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Crystal. I'm calling out from out of New York. How's everybody doing?
All right.
So I'm new to the call, and I'm trying to gather what everybody's saying, what you're saying, and I'm getting the gist of it. And so my question is, you're saying take myself out of the equation. So I work for the city of New York, and part of me working for the city of New York, because I tried it before, is that I have to be a citizen. And being a citizen, I have to pay taxes. So from what you're saying, huh?
So see? Okay, you're telling me something that I don't understand.
I'm sorry?
Every person on the planet is a citizen. Everybody.
Okay. So that stands. So I heard you talk about the 99. Well, we can't do the 99 because I tried to put the 99. The most you can do is 10. So from what I'm understanding, once I get from the court stating that they don't have jurisdiction, is that what I use to say, hey, stop taking the taxes out of my check?
Here's the best way to do that. When you get that, go to the IRS and ask them for a 2358C letter.
Okay.
When you get that, then you write your state of New York. How do I do tax returns? They're going to tell you. You use the feds.
Okay.
The 2358C says you're not liable. You're not legally required to file. Now what are they going to say? If you're not legally required to file, why are they taking it out of your why are they taking your money? See, that's an argument you can win.
Okay. And then go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So my argument will be with who?
Well, who's taking your money?
So what I'm saying is that, okay, the argument is that why are they taking my money? So then I would be going to my job and saying, hey, look, y'all not supposed to be taking out taxes. Why are y'all taking out the taxes? Y'all don't have.
You'll do it. Oh, I don't know how it's going to work. You go to the state. Tell the state that, hey, what are you doing? Let them tell your company not to take yours anymore. See?
Okay.
Okay. Let me send you something real quick. Hold on a second. What I want you to try here
Oh, I'm not actually in the room. I'm just on the call. So I don't...
That's okay. That's okay. What I want to do is I'm trying to find it real quick here.
And that number
okay.
was 358.
Do you mind giving me your email address?
I do not.
Okay,
it's
go ahead.
It's J-O-B as in Victor, H as in Hotel, A.
Hold on a minute. It's J.
O-B as in Victor.
Okay.
H-A-M as in Mary.
J-O-V-M.
It's like Jove Ham. H-A-M. At
J-O-V. Okay, J-O-V-H-A-M.
Yes, at AOL.com.
At AOL.com. I'm going to send you something right now.
Okay.
And when you get it, would you let me know?
Yes.
That's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to have you read it.
Okay.
Now, does anybody else have a question?
Anybody else have a question?
What was the name of that IRS form that you wanted them to send me?
I don't know.
2358C or something like that?
Hey, that's not a form. That's a letter.
Okay.
Okay, I sent this to the lady and it came back. So that's what is your email address?
J-O-V-H-A-M.
J-O-V-H-A-M at AOL.com.
Yes.
.com. Okay. Now I'm going to send this to you.
Okay.
Now, the guy that just asked me a question, what's your email address?
Michael B. Chapman at yahoo.com.
Okay, I received it.
Michael B.
B as in Bravo, Chapman with a P at yahoo.com. No punctuation.
Michael V. Chap, C-H.
No, B as in Bravo.
Okay.
Michael B as in Bravo, Chapman.
A-P-M-A-N, okay. At what?
Yahoo.
Y-A-H-O-O.com. Okay, now I just send it to you also. When you get it, let me know. Now, does anybody else have a question?
I received it.
Okay, now I want you to open that up and read that out loud, please.
Okay, just go straight to Dear Taxpayer.
Yeah. Start at the top and tell them who it's from.
Okay, it's from the IRS, Department of the Treasury, Internal Revenue Service.
Now read it.
Dear Taxpayer, thank you for responding to our inquiry about the tax return. Based on your information, we agree that you aren't legally required to file a tax return for the above tax periods, which was
you're not legally required to do what?
To file a tax return.
See, they called me a taxpayer. That's why I'm telling you, it's not about you.
Okay.
Tell me something. Would that help you?
Yes, that would definitely help me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, it's not about you. What you do is you write the letter and say, send me my 2358C.
Okay.
See? I want mine because you don't have jurisdiction. See Exhibit A, and Exhibit A is going to be your court order if they don't have it. Now, are they going to just send it to you? No. You're going to have to ask for it. You might have to ask them 6 or 7 times. But once you get that, now, with that, you write a letter to your state. Tell your state, hey, I want to know, how do I fill out a tax return? They're going to say, use your federal tax return. Then you take that letter and mail it to them. Well, how do I do mine? See, now they got a problem. They told you. Now you're not going to fight legal. See, you don't tell them anything. You ask. You ask. And by asking, you get what you want. See,
right.
We're so busy saying that, you know what, I'm a living, breathing soul. I'm not a taxpayer. You know, I'm a. Doesn't matter what you are. That letter says, dear taxpayer, we agree with you. You are not legally required to file a tax return. Now what? Now what are they going to say?
Right. It's kind of like you twisted their tongue.
So who lied? They lied or somebody else? I don't know. I don't care.
Right.
See? Now, what we're doing is we're trying to get you set up to where when they knock on the door, you just hand them that letter. When they send you a letter in the mail, and say you didn't file last year, you send them that letter. I'm not legally required to file one.
Nice.
See? Okay. I don't care who you are. See? What you do or how you do it doesn't matter.
Okay. So once we get everything set up,
there you go.
Whereas, say for instance, okay, everything went well with work. They realize, hey, she doesn't have to pay her taxes. Then they will not be showing up, or will they still show up? But
it doesn't matter if they do or not.
Okay.
To see if they do, you ask them, what are you here for? Well, you haven't filed. Then you hand them that letter. Well, you know, whatever. Then you hand the one that they don't have jurisdiction. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Would you rather get shot with a 9mm or a .45?
Neither.
See, that's the answer. That's the answer. Well, what about the third option? What's the third option? Neither. That's right.
Neither.
See? I'm going to hit you with a baseball bat or hit you with a hammer. Which would you prefer?
Neither.
There you go. See? Why is that so difficult? See? We stand there and say, well, I guess a 9mm would shoot me in the arm. See, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Okay, have a good one.
Question.
Yeah.
How do I mute myself out, please? I'm sorry.
*6.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Question is, procedurally, I'm trying to figure out in my head what usually happens once you file your petition, and then you get your docket number, and then there's an order as to you should send them the $60. What usually happens after that procedurally? What should I expect, or what should I be doing?
You should do nothing. Just sit back and don't do anything. Okay. Are you in front of your computer?
Yes.
Okay. Type in United States Tax Court docket inquiry, and when it pops up, let me know when it pops up. Okay. While he's doing that, does anybody else have a question?
I have a question, Kerry.
Sure, go right ahead.
I spoke with the attorney today from the district office of the IRS regarding liens that I had that I wanted him to remove from the public record in my town.
Yeah.
And he said that the order for dismissal for lack of jurisdiction was that I had no jurisdiction in the tax court because I filed my petition more than 90 days after the grievance occurred.
That's not what it said. And I'm sorry, but that's not what it said.
What do you mean it's not what it says?
Does it say in there that you don't have jurisdiction because you filed 90 days prior? You can't file 90 days because you never received one. So what he's saying is, unless he's an attorney, he just made a legal determination. There's your way in right there.
He's an attorney.
That's even better. I would send a letter to the United States Attorney General saying, here's what he said, here's what it says, see Exhibit A, here's what he's telling me. And get the United States Attorney General involved. See? Because if that's not what it says, and he's saying that is what it says, something's wrong with this picture. See?
Yeah, but it says that petitioner was not filed within the time prescribed by the Internal.
Check out our other videos and playlists. Republic of Texas RT documentary. Texas and other American states is under a military occupation. The Republic of Texas Forum of 2016. And describe the kind of people who would thrive in independent Texas. And so check them out.
Revenue Code respect to taxable years.
Okay.
2006, 2008, and 2012.
That's fine. Here's my question to you. Did you receive a notice of deficiency or a notice of determination?
They say I did.
That's not what I asked you. Did you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I got paperwork that said notice of deficiency and notice of determination, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Then here. Okay. Get on your computer and go to Title 26.
Yeah.
And then Section 6065 and read it out loud so that people can hear what it says.
Okay.
And then you tell me if you got one.
I'm just going to take a second here.
Take your time. Do you want a water or anything?
Verification of return.
Read it.
It says the verification of returns, except as otherwise provided by the Secretary, any return declaration, statement, or other document required to be made under the provisions of the Internal Revenue laws or regulations shall contain or be verified by a written declaration that is made on the penalty of perjury.
See, does your notice of deficiency or notice of determination say under penalties of perjury, and then the IRS signed it? Does it say that on yours?
I don't know. I'll have to get my records and find out.
You know, wait a second. Are you really that dumb?
No, I'm thinking you're going to say no. I'm going to say no would be the right answer, but I can't for certain say that.
Okay.
I haven't read that.
Okay. So if that doesn't say that, then it's not what they say it is. So
if they don't contain a declaration made under penalty of perjury, then it's not.
Okay, let me put it there. Okay, go down and buy a new car. Go get a loan from the dealership and don't sign the docket. Or sign the docket backwards or turn the thing upside down. Sign it the way they say you can't sign it. Sign your loan papers the way that it says not to sign it. What are you going to get?
Nothing.
That's what you got. They have to sign it under penalties of perjury. If they don't, then they're violating Title 26. Now, let them say, well, Title 26 don't matter. That's great. Then how can you owe money? Because Title 26 is where they're getting their information from. They're making a declaration of some kind. See?
Yeah.
So I'm going to make this statement. You did not get a notice of deficiency, and you did not get a notice of determination. Even if
because it wasn't signed under the penalty of perjury.
There you go. So let me ask you a question, okay?
Yeah.
Is a Suburban and a Cadillac Escalade the same thing?
No.
Yes, they are. They're both
a Suburban and a Cadillac Escalade?
Yeah, they're exactly.
I mean, similar body frames and everything, yeah. Engines and everything, yeah.
But they're not titled. One's titled Chevy, one titled Cadillac. See? So see, what I'm trying to tell you is unless it's titled under penalties of perjury, you got nothing. So what you can do is do an amended petition. Go in there and answer that. I can't give you the 90 days doesn't count because I never received them. And send it back in.
Okay.
See, we have to read what they're saying. The problem is I'm afraid to tell you to do that because then you're going to have people doing crazy stuff again. See, what you're trying to do is you made a statement. You asked them, I did not receive a notice of deficiency nor notice of determination. They're coming back saying, yes, you did. Then go in there and say, if I received one, show it to me because I didn't get one. So today I got a guy call me today, and he told me that the IRS told him they didn't have to. You don't have to get it. All they have to do is mail it. They don't have to prove anything. Okay, that's perfect. Then my question would be, did you get? Then send me my $400,000. What are you talking about? Well, you said I owed you $300. I sent you $700. I want my $400,000. Well, you didn't get the check. Well, I don't have to verify it. You just told me that. See, listen to what they're saying. They're saying in there that whatever they're saying, go back in and do an amended petition and answer that question and that question only. See,
okay, sounds good.
Then the court will give you your jurisdictional statement. After you have that, get your certified copies. Go to the source. If they ignore you, go to the United States Attorney General. Say, hey, we got a problem here. See?
Yeah. Okay.
We got to go to an argument, have a fight we can win. See?
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Anybody else have a question?
Yeah. Can you hear me? This is Brent in Texas.
Yeah, I can hear Brent.
Yeah, Carl, the 2853, is there a particular IRS office that sends those, or who would I call within the IRS or contact?
It's a 2358C. It
right.
Yeah. It comes out of Fresno, but Ogden has a lot to do with it. I would send one to Ogden. I'd send one to Fresno. You're from Texas, send one to Austin.
Yeah, because I did an ROE 4 years ago. Myself and a bunch of guys did ROEs, and we've never heard from the IRS since doing them.
Now, let me just say this to you. I have one. Do a 288C. Ask for your 288C. Your 288C says we have changed your status.
No, I think a 288C says we acknowledge receipt of your ROE. That's all they say is we acknowledge receiving it, but they don't say they acted on it.
Yeah, well, tell them what to put in it. I'm telling them what to put in it, and they put in what I tell them to put in it.
Yeah, because I sent my ROE to the commissioner and the director in Austin, so I wonder if I shouldn't ask for the 2853C from either the director or the...
It's a 2358C. Yes.
2358. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes.
2853. Okay.
Oh, so 2358.
2358. Got it. Okay.
See.
And then ask them. If you don't ask them, they won't give it to you.
Right. Well, I haven't heard from them for 4 years, so I'm pretty sure I'm out of their taxpayer database.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure too, but that doesn't. If you ask them why you're asking, ask them for a 288C. If you don't ask them, they're not going to give it to you. That's all I find.
Right.
If you want something, ask them.
The other thing that's interesting, if you look at Title 26, 7806B, the IRS is telling you that nothing within their Title 26 should be construed as law. It says here, no inference, implication, or presumption of legislative construction, meaning law, shall be drawn or made by reason of the location or grouping of any particular section or provision or portion of this title.
There you go.
So 267806B, the IRS is admitting that nothing in Title 26 should be construed as law.
Okay. See? Now you see? But what we're doing is we're telling them. Don't tell them anything. Ask them. If you ask them, they will tell you. Now, you may have to ask them 5 or 6 times. That's fine. But ask them and let them tell you. That way, when they tell you, say.
Have you done or helped people doing their revocation of election documents?
I have.
Have any of them ever been contacted by the IRS?
No.
Yeah, none of my clients either. So, I mean, it seems to me like everybody should do an ROE because, then you're done with the IRS and you won't be involved with these tax liens and levies in the future.
Right.
So. Okay.
That's, all right.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Gary, we're going to have to shut it down in a little bit.
Sounds good.
Do we have a quick question? If not, our next call is going to be March the 13th.
Yeah, I got a quick question. This is Paul out of West Palm Beach.
All right.
Yeah, I came in late. I'm sorry about that. Did I over here? I'm not supposed to be sending the $60 in for the tax court petition.
Do not send it in. Do not send it in. Do not send it in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you very much. That's all I need.
Before you get off the phone, tell me what I told you.
Do not send the $60.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is David, Missouri. Did you get my email?
Talking to me, right? Let me look and see.
Real quick, Thomas, in Florida again. Some people might not understand that it takes at least 45 days with the U.S. tax court. If you do not send in the $60, it's not administrative as far as I understand, and it will take about 45 days, if not a little bit longer. I just want to put that in there in case people are wondering why.
Okay. Now, the lady the JOVHam@AOL.com, who is that?
Christine, I think her name.
Crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Oh, yes, you did.
All right.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, folks. Been nice having you on this call. I hope y'all got something out of it.
Well, Ed, did you hear me? Hello?
Do I? Hello?
Yes. Ed, this is Dave in Missouri.
Okay.
Did you get my email? Hello?
No, I'm not on the email right now. I'm on this call.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll check back with you then.
Yeah, do that. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, folks. Yeah.